I'll have to turn off the camera because we have crappy internet today. Of all this shit, I finally get to the point where I can work on a project that I want to do, which was clean the engine bay of my car. I know it's not grandiose, but just to sit and chill in my garage, right? First garage I've ever owned in my life. And then it's like, oh, hey, he's free. Let's fuck something up within his infrastructure. Let's make his and now I'm sick. I'm fucking sick. Got some damn cold. You may send all poor babies. What do we got? 3 whole women in my audience. Ladies, all 3 of you may send all poor babies to assholeconsulting.com. And yeah, I just no gym, no hiking. I'm just gonna sit. And then you're like, okay, what are you gonna do? Sit all day? So this is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And an article finally came out where I'm like, yeah, we better. Yeah. I was on this years ago, but yeah, I guess now it's time to talk about it. And that is how businesses and institutions in general had a marketing strategy of hating white men as an actual business strategy. Now, the naysayers, the liars, the leftists, and I'm not trying to sound like Rush Limbaugh. It is that simple. It is producers versus parasites, good versus evil. I'm saying the Republican Party is flawless. But yes, it is a hatred of white men. That's what it is. What they'll say is, no, you don't understand, is the affirmative action argument. You see, we're just trying to help out these people. It's like you cannot help out one group of people without unfairly treating the other group of people. It just doesn't happen. Especially if you make laws or make it acceptable to discriminate against a group of people. In their world, they're like, no, we really don't hate you. We're just punching you in the face and treating you like shit. And as a philosopher, I guess, I don't care what your motivations are. I don't care if there's malice behind you kicking me in my shins. You're kicking me in my shins. Go fuck yourself. It's the same effective thing as hate. I'm sure in a delusional, cognitive dissonance world. Oh, every liberal white woman, I just want to vote to have the country just taken over by immigrants and other people and raise taxes to help but I don't hate you, hubby. I love you. I just want you to work more and pay more in taxes and impoverish the family. I just care about other people, and I want you to pay more in your taxes. At the end of the day, she's just enslaving you more. Again, I actually would account for the fact there are probably some people who believe in this consequence-free, negative consequence-free, well, we're just going to do this favoritism, right? They might actually believe, well, it's not hurting you. Yeah, actually it is. It is. So me personally, I don't care whether there's malice behind it or not. But oh yeah, I believe there's malice. Absolutely. I'll give you an example, right? Is there anything inherently wrong with Disney doing the Acolyte, which was, I mean, no joke, a lesbian space drama in Star Wars? But who are the bad guys? Oh my God, they're always white men. And you could convince me. You could convince me if it weren't for 20 fucking years of the false accusation of, well, you have privilege. That privilege thing showed me it was malicious. It was. Right? You have institutional, like the card, you're sinful without knowing it. And you're like, what is it? Is it called cardinal sin or original sin? Where the Christians fool you into thinking you're a horrible human being and that you need Jesus no matter what. And so whereas I can account for the fact there probably are some, like the naive liberal white woman in the suburbs of the Twin Cities. I just feel wooby wobby woo, hubby. I'm gonna vote Democrat. So nothing's too good for the children's. Vote in, raise your property taxes. The kids don't learn anything more. I could see that non-malicious hate. You see what I'm saying? Or non-malicious damage. But that's the exception, not the rule. The rule is just, I would say, a general envy and hatred. Those bastards over there have more. That's just human nature. It has nothing to do with race or, well, gender. Yes, you girls. The wage gap. Have you tried working more hours and majoring in engineering? No? Shut the fuck up. Right? Let's use that. Let's just focus on gender for a second. right? What are men supposed to do? We're the oil rig workers, and all you girls do get to be as elementary school teachers and HR directors, and you still bitch and whine about the wage gap? Fuck off. At a certain, I don't hate you. I just want air conditioning. I want you to fix my car. Tee hee. Fuck off. I also think so. There's your general envy and hatred. I also think there's an abdication of responsibility. It's not your fault you had 8 kids out of wedlock, majored in dumb shit, pissed away your money. No, it's those people's fault over there that happen to be left-handed or brown-eyed people or white or have penises. Yep, it's those people's fault. I'm so sick of that shit. That's more of a the rich get richer and the poor. That's more class envy. Though I will say modernly, yeah, you people keep voting for free money. And then the inflation happens and and there are some genuine legitimate criticisms against corporate America employers. I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll agree with you. But that old school Robert Reich hippie boomer, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, man. Have you tried getting a job? That would have worked back in the day. Now it's like it is actually hard to get a job. But the it's the white man keeping me down. It's the corporations keeping me down. On the kids, oh, it's the Jews keeping me down. All of you fuck off. All of you. And then I guess another thing would be how do you turn down free money, right? Hey, you get to be paid because of your traits. We're going to make the fact you can major in diversity and inclusion, right? The fact that there's like DEI directors, like actual jobs that are just what would you call them? They're a profession of racism, sexism, the profession of bigotry, right? You can major in bigotry. You could become a consultant. We'll give you a shit ton of government money to have like through US aid and narrative consultations. Like there was an entire welfare jobs program and not even welfare, like corporations that should fall under marketing is what it really should be. That's what it was. But hey, look, yo, we are down with the calls, yo. Hey, look at this ridiculous DEI. You want to see a ridiculous DEI hire? Go look up Target's 2 ago. DEI professional. The last one, I don't know if Target even has one anymore. I don't know if they got one anymore. But if you go back, you're looking at this fucking clown. Get the fuck out of here. And I can understand, like I've mentioned it before. What did it start? In the Eisenhower administration. I'll use the analogy again because this is worth going over so you understand. I understand the logic why corporations and government institutions all got on the hate white male bandwagon. I understand because it's the same reason companies put restaurants and gas stations by the interstate, right? So we go back to the Eisenhower administration. There was no interstate. Eisenhower says, let's build the interstate system. And you put in this massive infrastructure where all of our goods and services and transport and people go through. Obviously, businesses are going to invest around the interstate, whether it's a gas station or a restaurant or a hotel, right? You can see this just driving across the United States. A similar infrastructure had been created in young people, and by young people, I mean people my age and younger. I'd say even 55 and under, right? 2/3 the population. You have all been programmed by the public school system, a government infrastructure, to value what? The way you were fucking born. You don't have a soul. You don't have a mind. You're not a human being. You're a black female, right? And I wish you I'm for the little people, Democrats. Well, I'm black, but I have to vote. I wish you would wake up and realize how fucking shitty they treat you, how little they think of you. You're not a human being named Marcus. You're a Hispanic dude who, that's it, basically. You're a Hispanic. Oh, are you gay? Oh, you're a gay Hispanic dude. Now that's it. There's not like, oh, you thought about some things or you worked really hard or you built a family, you ran a business. There's none of that shit. It's just the way you were fucking born. It's not a single fucking thing you did, not a single fucking thing about you. And the reason they did it is because it's an easy sell to young, dumb, lazy people. You're born this way? Oh my God. Not only are you brave and amazing, but as long as it ain't a white male who's straight, by the way, you're oppressed and you need free shit. That's it. There's the Democrat Party sales point. There's their genius marketing strategy. And they convinced you all of that. They convince you that you're not human. You're just fucking traits that you were, but you're a byproduct of the genetics of your mom and dad. That's it. You have no agency. You have no soul. You have no human. You are a brown female. Op, op, op. Who likes vagina? She is a lesbian. Op, op, op. Award her. Award her. What if she had a thought or two? What if she was an engineer? What about, I don't know, content of character, not color of skin? And they did that for decades, convincing all the young people that you're brave and amazing because of the way you were born, as long as it's not white male. You're entitled to free shit because those rat bastard white males over there made more money than you. What about the Asian dudes and the Asian women? Oh, those white men over there. Look at how much more money they make. Yeah, but the Asians make more. Did you look at the Asian? Both male and female, white men, they're really the bad guys. What about the Asian guy? Because if making more money is evil, well, fuck, we're in real fucking trouble. I got the switch right here. Anyway, trillions. Over the years, yeah, I'm sure they fit in some reading, writing, and arithmetic in between, liberal white women teachers having sex with their students. Somewhere in there, I'm sure there was some reading, writing, and arithmetic, but a lot of it, if we took over, 3, 4 decades, I guarantee you trillions in resources has been spent convincing, let's call it 4 generated boomers, millennials, and zoomers, maybe, and certainly alpha. Let's call it 4 generations, that the most important thing about you was the way you were born, unless you were a white male. What about the Asian males? Shut up. They don't count. I think they should count, over the and look at all the singing and the songs and the dance within the female community. I'm a woman. I don't need no man. Cut off all the penises. Whatever the famous songs are nowadays. I don't know. I don't keep on top with what the top billboards are, right? It's just marketing propaganda about the way you were born. And they ran with it. They ran with it. It's no different than selling you a sports ball jersey because you cheer for the certain team, right? Are you an athlete? No. Do you play for the Chicago Bears? No. Do you even own a share of the Chicago Bears? No. Do you own Soldier Field where they play? No. Why the fuck are you cheering? Chicago Bears, blah, blah. All of you are fucking idiots. All of you taking pride in a team. I'm sure, fine. Watch the game. It's a fun time, but you actually get pissed off. You take pride. You spend $200 on a fucking jersey with another man's name on it. Fuck. And the institution's marketed to you. You're not what? Oh, look. Now they could have come out right and say we hate white males. Right? They couldn't just come out right and say it, but they would do it in undertones, especially within the creative arts industry. The bad guys in video games and movies are all white males. Of course they are. It's oh, what else? You could even hear it in the speech, whether it's a news article advertising, because of oppression and this and that. There's always the victimhood angle. Oh yeah, who's oppressing you? The Asian guys? Oh, the second highest income earning group, third if you consider Asian women, white male. Oh, those are the ones oppressing you. And that whole victim narrative, religion, cult, mind virus. That's what it's been. And you could, and so we've been doing it now for 10 years. How's it working for you, huh? Hang on, let me look it up. Electronic Arts, EA stock price. Let's look at you guys. Go 5 years. Oh, no. Electronic Arts, are you? They were 163, went down to 116. They're back up at 151. Wait, really? Your stock price hasn't changed? It's not really changed. And this is one of the better ones. Electronic Arts is kind of flat for the past, what is that? Geez, 6 years? So, we're looking at you might as well invest in some CDs there. Disney, I know Disney's down. Let's take a look at Disney. How's that hate white male strategy? We don't hate white male. Shh. Okay, you were at a peak of 189. You are now down to 117. So that's off about 40% target. Target at 5 years. Oof, target. This is bad. You were at 251. 90. You guys are down. Holy shit. 70%? Oh, oh my God. Ambev, remember, let's take the most white male bland thing. Speaking of men wearing other men's jerseys, speaking of what's the book Stuff White People Like? Hang on. Stuff White People Like. Yeah. It's a good book. Master's degrees, wineries. Speaking of stuff white people like, Bud Light, what did Ambev stock price do? Let's take a look here. Is it a controlled stock? Ooh. Wait a minute. Okay, that's before the drama. When did the drama happen? Is it 2018 or 2020? It was 2020. So they were at $4.71. You guys are now at 2.4. So you're depending on when that Dylan Mulvaney thing was a thing, you're either off by 60% and you're down by about half. I, it doesn't work. Now, hey, let me explain to you why it doesn't work. Okay? Because at the end of the day, hating a group of people or abdicating responsibility to another group of people or blaming another group of people or anything, it's not real production. It's not real GDP. What do you export? We export oil. What do you export? The Swiss export chocolates. What do the Russians export? They export vodka. What do Americans export? Their hatred of white males. No one's paying for it. There's no value there. All of your DEI shit, that should go away. I mean, you could, in a long shot distance, you could argue HR serves some kind of function and that they kind of recruit maybe in some legal stuff. I think HR should be written off the planet. Marketing should go away. Right? But DEI, that's just compliance costs. And it should be treated as marketing. It should be. That's how it should be categorized, but that's a different discussion. But at the end of the day, you're not making a better product. And that's another thing. You swapped out quality for trait-based virtue signaling. There are very few woke products out there that maintain their quality. Corporations thought the woke trait-based bigoted shit was the quality. Right, Kathleen Kennedy? Vagina Star Wars. Hey, what about a good plot? Oh. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, just a ton of video games. What was it? The Dustborn. Look up the video game, The Dustborn. It's just a Marxist leftist government financed. Keep going. The Norwegian government financed this video game. It's just hatred of white people. It's hilarious. Capitalism needs to be taken down. We hate Trump. That flopped. Not only because it's just too on the nose with its politics, it was a shit video game. I mean, Target, what? You still sell the same Chinese imported crap that you did before with or without the Pride advertisement. Have you thought about increasing the quality of your goods and services, lowering the prices maybe? Look, everybody, did you know Target is for Pride Month? Did you know that? What, Disney with the movies, the video games, what the heck? What else was there? That's what I was going to say. It's rare, but it's possible to have, like, and I would use Invincible as an example of that, the cartoon, which has kinda gone to shit in the later seasons, surprise. But they had a little bit of woke shit in there and diversity and all that, but it was well done nonetheless. So they had talented people. I'm sorry though. Generally speaking, what you're now selecting from is a group of people, right? Video game and creative industry. You're selecting from a group of people who have been taught politics and traits that they were born with is more important than quality or production. They have. That's why, and they think that's more important. They may not even give a shit about profits. It's really important that I do what my programming teacher indoctrinators told me to do and fight the patriarchy or fight the white supremacy and bring down the system. It's like, hey, have you thought about making a good that's good. Go vote, go protest, go campaigning. But can you just pump me my gas? Can you make me a sandwich? Can you do my taxes? Nope. They let politics infest everything about it. And because you've been taught that it's the way you were born, not work ethic, not production, not excellence, you got frankly, a bunch of lazy fucking socialist leftists who don't know how to fucking work. You wouldn't know how to make a quality product or put in an honest day's work if you got kicked in the shins with I don't know, by Fat Albert. Not that he'd be kicking you in your shins. You you think the quality is the paint on the car. Hey, look, we painted it brown or black or lesbian or Hispanic, right? You don't give a shit. Obviously, you don't give a shit what the engine is like, what the person is like, what their abilities are, how fast does it go. Nope, it's the paint. Surprise, all your projects are shit because you're not capable of doing hard work, putting in overtime. What are you passionate about? You're passionate about politics. And man, I wish it would be something. There's some things to be passionate about, like freedom and increasing people's standards of living. Nope, you're all obsessed looking in the mirror, your own skin color, your own plumbing down below. Oh my God, I so cares about the ways I was born. What about humanity? What about a person's soul, their brain, their mind? Nope. That's why, I mean, my God, look at what was well, now if you really want to see the hatred of white males, go look at Mindy Kaling's Velma cartoon. That was comically stupid. Uh, shit. What was the other one? Green Hulk lady, She Hulk. All the writers for that, you're not human. You didn't work. You didn't have to support yourself. You went right from high school to college, living on daddy's or mommy's dime. None of them worked at security. None of them served burgers. And it was a bunch of 30-something-year-old women writing their hatred of male. That's great. I'm glad you have your frustration of dating men. That's great. You're so far removed from having to support yourself or starving or suffering or going through the trials and tribulations that made great people in the past become who they are, to value your fellow man or woman. Because like, oh man, I'm starving. Man, it takes a lot to make ends meet. I'm actually sympathetic towards my fellow man because I know he's got to kind of, oh, look at that guy. He's driving an old Buick Regal. You know, I was in that stage once, but man, the Buick Regals are comfy. I hope his coolant pump doesn't go, you know? Like I know where that guy, I generally know where he is in life. And I understand him. I'm sympathetic. I could probably start up a conversation. Some privileged bitch from the suburbs of LA. Oh my God. Man, I just like that. And you wonder why it fucking fails. That's another one. Go watch She-Hulk. And they have this evil white male who's just this rank harasser. Just no one does that. No one. Surprise. Oh, yes, that's right. And to show you how far off they are, do you remember when they actually tried to make you think that Big was beautiful, right? Remember that? When they tried to make you think Brie Larson was the bee's knees with Captain Permanent Resting Bitch Face? Remember that? And I'm sure it's not. it's not all the hatred of white men. I grant you that. There are other political causes preceding all that was, of course, environmentalism, organic trade this, fair trade that. Do you remember that? Remember when your cup of coffee went from 50 cents to $8? Yeah, because we sourced organic, free, fair trade from the prestigious tribe in Guatemala. We did their land recognition rituals and paid them a stipend. Why is my coffee $8? They had it all before. Target even beforehand, like, this is more Minnesota culture. We donate 5% of pre-tax profits to nonprofits. And then you find out modernly the nonprofits they donate are legit anti-American, hate-filled groups. Go look it up. Go look it up. Now maybe they stopped that. So it's always been there. Probably, maybe even since I was an adult, maybe a young adult, maybe in my 20s. But you know what? This is great. Everyone has been sold that the most important thing about them is the way they were born and leftist politics. Not their politics, their leftist politics. That's the only good politics. That doesn't result in good quality cars. Oh, shit. You see what they did to Elon? You know, Tesla. I think it's the largest electric vehicle company, right? Isn't that good for the environment? Oh, no, he's a Republican. Let's destroy Teslas. You see it, right? Companies, at least companies, corporate, what's it called? Governments, nonprofits. You guys can have all your, because you're political entities. Hate white men all you want. It's the fun thing to do, gang. It's the cool, hip thing, right? But corporations, you know what you need to do? Just me. Why don't you get out of the fucking politics altogether and you make a good fucking affordable car? I mean, Harley Davidson even went woke. Harley Davidson. Now, it's not so much trade-based politics, although there was some of that. They just said, fuck you, young people. Would you like an affordable entry-level motorcycle, young man? Fuck you. We're going to sell overpriced, over-engineered pieces of shit to the baby boomers before they die. $80,000 fucking motorcycles. Jesus Christ. And I don't know if you corporations give a shit. You probably don't, but have you thought about good products at a fair price? Spray bottles that don't break? Maybe, oh my God, could you hire some local people? Can you stop fucking outsourcing everything to India and the Philippines? And places in general, the quality's not going to be as good. It's just going to cost you more to fix up the shit coming back here. Have you thought about maybe trying to improve quality or lower price or both? Maybe, Starbucks. There was another one. Remember when they were handing out cups? Says, let's have a conversation about race. Hey, how about you serve me my fucking coffee? To me, it's just common sense. But then again, I legit, you all got IQs of about 90. You're fucking dumb as average. You're dumber than average. You really are. I don't care what you tested at. Your choices are about a 90 IQ. I mean that. Why would you talk about race? Why don't you just serve the fucking coffee? Why are you bringing politics into any of this? Why are you low level? Like, oh, teehee, we totally care about white men, but we just want to discriminate them against them all the time and make them the enemies and the bad guys in all of our creative works. Why? Why? It, what fascinates me is the billions of dollars. Just Disney alone. You throw in the video game and movies and video games, the media, the tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars over the years you've wasted in making propaganda. You haven't made an interesting fucking movie in ages. You haven't made an interesting fucking video game in ages. Look, and if you if you believe in your politics that much, why don't you just donate the money to the political causes, right? Because you're just wasting a tremendous hear me out. Let's say the past 5 years, you're easy in the $100 billion range. The video game, media, movie industry, you guys have wasted about $100 billion, right? So you went and now, admittedly, you did employ a bunch of artists and stage people and production sets and all that. And it was primarily to make a political statement. You guys lost money, and whatever political statement you may have made has actually worsened relations between the various groups, or the various disadvantaged groups, and the ones you accuse of oppression. You have made the situation worse, and you wasted $100 billion. I have a question. Why don't you just say, we're not going to make good movies, we're not going to make good video games, we're just going to take the 100 billion, and this would be me, and we're going to create trade schools within impoverished, disadvantaged communities to help Hispanic, minority. What about the Asians? They don't exist. Uh, Maybe female programs get women into the trades. That would do something tangible. Why don't you just build some housing? That would help. That would help everyone. Increase the supply of housing. Have you thought about that? What's with the facade? What's with the waste of time going through this motion of creating a video game or a movie that's just absolute dog shit? And what I know what it ultimately is you have egotistical people, DEI hires who want to, like, I'm changing the world. Oh, which gets me to the article. I almost was going to wind it down with that here from NPR. This is hilarious. Maria Aspen, I wanted to laugh at you because you're writing an article thinking that there's something wrong with corporate America's retreat from DEI has eliminated thousands of jobs. There should be no jobs in DEI. It is a bigoted and discriminatory profession. I've even said before, I'm all for like helping out disadvantaged groups, but you got to do it practically. Not hiring. Oh, by the way, you see the research that goes out, like, what was it? 75% of the beneficiaries of DEI have been white women. Now, I don't know the veracity of that research, but here it is. Here's a black Karen, and she's looking all serious. Fuck you, lady. You know what? You should be thankful you even had the employment while you did. I've said it before. I was actually quite gainfully employed during the dot-com bubble, and that went away. And it kind of sucks getting laid off. But I was happy that I got the pay that I did while the bubble lasted. You should be thankful. Oh my God, could you believe they paid me for this bullshit? I can't. Candace Birdsong Williams has filed in the front room of her Sunland, North Carolina home with sources of inspiration. You could tell it's an NPR article when you got this lead through with the bullshit. Overflowing plants of photos of her 3 daughters. As the father available for comment? Share space with a brightly painted sign of a favorite Bible verse. God is with her. She will not fail. Oh, you're a single mom then. Then I bet you we're not going to hear about a father. Then there are books, stacks of memories, business advice, professional guides to the field known as diversity, equity, inclusion, or DEI. Isn't it? You know how spoiled you are? It's one thing if you just collect a welfare check. It's another thing when they create an entire fucking industry for you to play make-believe like you're an actual professional with a real job instead of just a fucking sponge. You're an arrogant sponge. You're delusional. You think you're an actual fucking professional. That's where Birdsong Williams, who generally radiates a calming optimism, spent the last 18 years of her career. You got 18 years of this? 18 years? But her voice breaks as she picks up the next textbook called simply The Chief Diversity Officer. The title represents the pinnacle of her once hot profession and the promotion she was working. So we all as a community paid extra money for you to have this bullshit profession. Where you should send thank you letters at minimum to the taxpayer. Send a thank you letter to the IRS. Dear America, thank you for being so delusional to create this bullshit job for me for 18 fucking years. Found the DEI job market had turned into a toxic wasteland. I was hoping that was going to be the next role, she says, prior to the current political climate. She approached her 50th birthday last summer. Birdsong Williams was pretty close to the top of her chosen field. Her most recent job title was Global Director of Diversity, Equity, and Global Director, but now Chief Diversity Officer. Talk about a bunch of fucking fat that needs to be trimmed from the upper ranks. Seemed like a promotion that will never happen for her and for thousands of U.S. workers. The anti-DEI political climate Birdsong Williams refers to has been slowly bubbling up for years before President Trump was elected. and said things to a hard blow by immediately signing executive orders banning what he called illegal DEI. Yeah, and you know what? It looks like we're going to have to start suing more. America First Legal will do that. If you've been discriminated by DEI, you should be suing these employers. I recommend going to America First Legal. But if you all think this is going to be sticking around, nope. Time for those evil white men to start filing lawsuits. Now, scores of employers are in an all-out retreat from anything adjacent to the word diversity, including the experienced DEI specialists who were once in high demand. You don't have a real job. It's not a thing. You should be ashamed but grateful. This lasted as long as it did. For example, just this month, Verizon announced it was ending many of its DEI policies that it saw Federal Communication Commission blushing from a $20 billion merger. It promised the agency that its human resources department will no longer have a team or any other individual roles focused on DEI. This retreat is decimating the job market for people like Birdsong Williams. Since early 2023, U.S. employers have eliminated more than 2,600 jobs. So it's down by about 10%, 15%. From its peak in 2023, 20,000. That's kind of interesting how do you tab that up? 20,000, right here at its peak in 2023, 20,048 DEI professionals. That's 20,048 too many. Oh yeah, I know they're going to still have DEI positions. There's just like corporate America had nepotism and the good old boys network. There's still it. The infestation is there. It's just going to remask itself. But it's down about 15%. Just me, corporate America, but you could take the money savings from your DEI department, fire nearly everyone in HR, and you could put it in R&D to come up with better quality products at a lower price. That's just me. How about spray bottles? I'll know the world is hearing when spray bottles don't break on me after one use. Eliminated more than 2,600 jobs with words including diversity or DEI in their title descriptions, according to data analysis conducted for NPR by the workforce analytics firm Revelio Labs. That accounts for about 13% of DEI-related jobs that existed in early 2023, the peak of the hiring boom. NPR is the first to report. Now that boom has shifted firmly into reverse. May 25th marked the 5th anniversary of George Floyd's. No, he wasn't murdered. He was manslaughtered. This is why NPR, this is why you don't listen to NPR. This is why I'm the media now. By a white police officer. Dude, thank you, NPR, for making my point. You could just said police officer, right? No, we have to be a white male police officer. The start of a national reckoning over systemic racism. There's that false accusation that we're all just guilty of it, huh? Corporate America rushed to join in, loudly proclaiming that businesses should and would do more to fight discrimination and create more opportunities for workers of all backgrounds. However superficial some of these promises turned out to be, big companies spent a lot of money on them and hired thousands to implement them. By early 2023, U.S. companies employed more than 20,000 people focused on DEI. That was more than double the number of such jobs 5 years earlier, according to Revelio Labs analysis of 8.8 million employers. Supreme Court struck down affirmative action at colleges and universities. Bud Light lost more than $1 billion in sales. Boycott. Hours of second inauguration, Trump ramped up the attacks with his executive's order, called the programs radical and wasteful. They are racist and sexist and otherwise discriminatory. No, big companies are fleeing the field. Yeah, I hate to mention this to you, but whites account for like 65% of the population, and white males would be 32.5, I guess. Let's just focus on white males. Like a third of the population doesn't like being discriminated against. And I think I speak for all men. We're sick and tired of seeing ugly fat chicks in our video games and movies. I think half the population is sick of this girl boss bullshit. I can't speak for the black man or the Hispanic man or the Asian man. They don't exist. But I think we're mighty sick and tired of the fat, obnoxious, blue-haired, nose-pierced girl boss. Walmart, Target, Amazon, and Meta are just a few of the mega employers that have ended some of their DEI policies in the past 6 months. Oh, Oh, here's the picture of the fat woman who had 18 years of charity given to her. Oh, I feel so not sorry for you. Where's the father? Can I do a search? How do I find father? I I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's coming. Interest rates went up. Trump got elected. I don't think it's so much Trump, certainly in the public sector, but I think all normal people, they're sick of it. They're sick of it. White males are not. They're sick and tired of the fake liberal white woman bullshit of like, oh my God, I just so care. We're sick of Dolores Umbridge, right? Look her up. She was the bad gal from Harry Potter. We're sick of the fake presentation. We just care so much. And she's one of the more evil bad guys in the Harry Potters. Oh, she was vile. We're sick of that shit. Can we just have spray bottles that work? Can I walk into Walmart and not be assaulted with transgender, gender bending uh, uh, swimwear? Can you not donate to anti-American groups, Target? Can you do that? Can I just buy some lumber at Menards? Can we do that? Can we go back to the 90s where it's not, you don't think about this shit? We're just, yeah, he's an American. You know, he happens to be Hispanic or, yeah, he's an American. He's one of us. Oh, no. No. I'm glad that basically the marketing strategy based in the indoctrination, the infrastructure of having everyone value the traits they were born with above everything else, including they themselves. I'm glad that that strategy is failing. I'm glad your thinly veiled masked hatred or envy or not non-malicious hatred, whatever the cause is of white males has failed. I'm glad to see this is failing. And maybe you could go back to creating good products at a fair price and leave all politics behind. All. Maybe you could actually do something tangible instead of wasting. How much money did you piss away on this woman's career? That money could have actually gone to schools and programs that would have given disadvantaged groups a trade or a skill or a talent to actually get disadvantaged groups out of poverty. And at the end of it, I think this was just a big old masturbation fest for all of you to celebrate the way you were born. That's all. And to get some kind of token temporary employment in the make work bullshit field. But you failed to make a good product at the end of it. And then, so by the way, just so you know, corpos, getting rid of this DEI, diversity, racist, sexist bullshit is not going to be enough. You're going to have to make good products. And that benefits everyone, especially in terms of purchasing power. It lifts people out of poverty. And if you could, maybe hire some fucking Americans and get rid of these ridiculous education requirements to work for you. That would help everyone, including minorities and women. But just getting rid of this DEI and all, that's not going to solve your long-term problems. But that's a different discussion. Let's go to the super chat. Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap, $2, 3 whole women in your audience. Quoted out. No, whole with the W, Elon, with the W. Bert Kisto, $5 generous. Off topic, going back to school, thinking about either computer science or accounting, which is better for stability, remote work pay. I just did a video on this, Bert. If you look back, let me just look it up. I'm going to say accounting just because you're in a tech recession. Neither are great. We're in a weak job market overall. But accounting is easier. You don't need to go to college for it. Computer science, you need to work longer in the field to get the right to work remote, let alone self-employed. Accounting, if you're willing to do taxes, it's almost an immediate path to self-employment. Yeah, you got to work a couple of years in the field, but you can just, once you get a couple of years in the field, boom. So I would say accounting. Let me see. And then if you want, go watch the Elkins Accounting Hour. Okay, that's my name, Aaron Clary. Masters. Yeah, this is 1 day ago, a master's in computer science or accounting. And I got Chad Elkins's face posted there. But to give you a short answer, accounting, less studying, it's easier. That's what I would do. $2, Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap. Black trans here. Hey, I actually have 2 legit trans clients. Like, not the straight people who fake it for attention. And they're legit, like I know a lot of you don't believe in such a thing, but no, the guy, they're transitioning. They look like girls. And they had the reason I believe they were legit is because their questions weren't about them. It's about their career. We're libertarian here. We obviously, we have a fair amount of black people in the audience, including Dre, unfortunately. No, we're a big open tent. Because it fucking pisses me off what the Democrats have done to all the different various groups, lying to you guys like, oh, it's that group of people's fault. Whatever you do, don't do anything. We'll go get the money from the other people. Sit here and fucking squalor and rot. And another generation of whatever group of people remains in poverty. A Pringles can with face. See, we like this black guy. We don't like Dre. We can all agree nobody here likes Dre, right? We out of all the black guys in the audience, Dre, like, oh my God, Dre. A Pringles can with veins, $5. They over disciplined their slaves and used too much psychological manipulation. The game is unwinnable. Not producing just to be called evil. Fuck them. Exactly. Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap, $2. Great E-quote episode. Painted it Hispanic. Right, exactly. Dude, really think about that for a second. Like, okay, if we're going to go get a car and you're intelligent about it, oh, sure, you'd like to have a certain color, fine. But the main thing is, okay, what's the engine like? What's the transmission like? How many miles? It's what's under the hood that matters. But this whole DEI, whatever it was all about the paint. All about the paint and not about the product. And it shows. It fucking shows. The movies are shit. The video games are shit. The products and quality are shit. But that's more because we've outsourced everything to China. I'm talking physical products and all that. Painting a car red doesn't make it go faster. Pringles can with veins, $5. I don't understand why guys aren't working 90 hours a week to not afford anything and date fat, loud, single mother blue hairs. The milk has gone rancid. Did you know, man? 5 Canadian. My pal, MIS graduate, junior accountant, and in the CPA for the win. Good for him. Good for him. Elon again for $2. What about the Asians? They don't Esiat? They don't Esiat. They don't count. Yeah, you'll notice Asian women are surprisingly absent from any discussion when it compared to like white males. I've often thought about writing a book about how to become an Asian. Just using the simple fact that they're the ones that, as a group make the highest amount of money. And then it's like, here's what they do, but it's not a secret. Hey, they all major in engineering. But then as a joke, but not so much a joke. I'm serious about it. I'd be like, but we could improve upon the original. And I'd have a whole chapter dedicated to the stupidity of learning a musical instrument. Just to irk them a little bit. Just like, yeah, well, you could have done a lot more. You could have played video games. You don't need to learn the violin. That's a tremendous. You could build a house by the time you get the violin. I mean, just get a super Asian going on. What's the guy? He's like an Asian kid. He turned into a surgeon, but he didn't learn the violin. Oh my God. What'd he do instead? He raced cars. Oh, Ross the skunk, $2, working and eating pickles. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Elon Musk, $2. Don't correct me on the W. I spelled it right. What? Asiat? What? Oh, I see. Yes, got it. Elon again for $2. $2 for Dre's hormone therapy. Hey, yeah, where is Dre? We haven't seen him in a bit. He's probably sleeping. All right, there you guys go. Link below, or 2 links. One to the book, Enjoy the Decline, Accepting Living with the Death of the United States. I don't know. It might be turning around. We might turn this around. We might actually have Americans living in America. We might actually spend our money on Americans. Maybe liberal white women will stop supporting foreigners all the time and maybe like, "Oh my god, did you know there's domestic men in our own country? Maybe we should help them first." Nah, who are we kidding? They need to feel the goodsies. I need to feel good that I cares. You could take care of your husband and your children. I'm not gonna be barefoot and pregnant. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Enjoy the decline, accepting living with the death of the United States. And also olderbrother.com/donate. Say why olderbrother.com/donate, because when you go to that website and you'll get a warning. This site isn't secure. It's secure. It's just I haven't updated security certificate because I don't give a shit. And at the bottom is the little Amazon logo. You click on the Amazon logo. That takes you to my Amazon affiliate site where all your shopping, I get a 5% commission and cut. You do not have to log into Amazon first. You go to olderbrother.com/donate on my phone or the computer, ideally the computer. You click on that banner. It takes you to Amazon. At that point in time, you can either log in or shop. It doesn't matter as long as that's the first website you clicked. And then when you purchase it, I get a 5% commission and cut on all your purchases. You, my fine sir or madam, do not pay a penny more. It comes straight out of Jeff Bezos visits me directly and he gives me his money. That's who it comes from. And if you all want to support the channel without actually having to pay anything, it's getting into the price you pay is getting into the good habit of doing that for me. So if you want to support, because dude, something's happening with YouTube. It's not just me, but traffic's being manipulated. We had that thing where the people weren't able to do super chats. Ads are kind of going down. And, Lord knows how long it's going to be. So it's a constant game of diversifying your income. So while that Amazon affiliate link exists, like seriously, I got 223 people here. Let me do the math on that. Holy shit. How much would that be? Math. All right. So 223 people. Let's say you all spend 5,000 on Amazon a year. What? No way. Wow. 1.1 million times 5%? Oh, dude, that's like 56 grand. Holy shit. There's a lot of potential here. Yeah, I mean, all 220 of you listening in right now, if you were to, on average spend 5,000 a year, sounds about right, right? That it is. I haven't promoted it as much because I always had books and shit going on. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.